Hey everybody, Matter here. Welcome to part 6 of my Higurashi When They Cry Let's Play. In the last episode, we learned that the history of Hinamizawa is even darker than first assumed. So it turns out every year on the day of the Onikakushi festival, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, someone in the town dies, and the festival just happened. So I don't know what's gonna happen. And based on your guys' comments in the last video, and I know I say this every time, like, when is it gonna start to get freaky? It seems like it's gonna start happening now. Everybody is hyped for it, which makes me very nervous. But you know what? I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. Find out what's gonna happen. So let's go. You guys don't even know how nervous I am.
Hello.
It's all happy now, but for how long?
ケイちゃん、昨日はお疲れ様。
ミオンこそお疲れさんな。昨日は楽しかったぜ。
I feel like I can't even really enjoy this because it's gonna come to an end at some point, like the happy casualness of this, and I don't even know how.
そうそう。ケイチくん、本当にありがとね。
I'm like, which one of these guys is gonna snap, and what are they gonna do?
ママさん。
気に入ってもらえて嬉しいぜ。裁縫針とか刺したりするのに使うなよ。
しないよそんなこと。
Still chatting happily. Oh no, okay. We entered the classroom, but the moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. Wait, there was a body. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water. And unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it.
あら、朝から雑巾がけとは熱心でございますわね。
Once again, I gotta get used to the new music. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh god, I'm so nervous for when faces are gonna come up close to me, and it's not gonna be for good reasons.
ケイチさんがデコピンした。今度はもっと凶悪な罠を仕掛けなさいですよ。
Seeing that, Rena began to swoon as Mion looked on in disbelief. Everything was the same as always, but for how long? Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties I had in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished. Oh really, Keiichi? Not me! Not me! So I'm assuming that his parents are fine. I was worried in the last episode when his mom talked about how his dad didn't wake up, that his dad was the one to die, but I guess not.
どうしたのケイチくん。ひょっとして寝不足かな。かな。
バッチリ爆睡したよ。なんなら授業中にも実演するぜ。
ダメだよそんなの。
Mion alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats. Oh, we actually get to see the teacher.
昨日はお祭りでしたね。最後まで後片付けに参加した人たちは本当にお疲れ様でした。
I'm just thinking, who did though? Who did? We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus.
さて、この時期にはお祭りの取材で遠くから雑誌なんかの取材の方が見えたりします。
Or investigating a murder. I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was gonna tune it out. But then I noticed the different tone in her voice and started paying attention. Oh.
皆さんが取材を受けることがあるかもしれませんが、曖昧なことやいい加減なことは言わないように。
It's like this whole, like, town secret.
いいですね。
And I feel like if I don't cooperate, something's gonna happen. In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am." What she'd said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." And now I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouths shut. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. Okay. Oh, so nervous. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everybody was pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the day relaxing. Yeah, that wasn't happening. Oh, peacefully, I'm guessing he was gonna say.
今日は本格派の推理ゲームでいこう。こんなのはどうかな。
お、海外もののゲームか。面白そうだな。
説明書も英語ですけどね。ルールはそう難しくはありませんのよ。負けないからね。僕はこのゲーム苦手じゃないですよ。
It seemed that Rena didn't handle this kind of game very well.
ルールはね、事件の犯人と凶器、あと犯行現場の3つを当てられた人が勝ち。
Oh, okay, so it's like Clue. There were 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. I could see that the names Mion and Rika were written on the suspect cards. Oh, a card with my name in on as well.
凶器のカードにもいろいろ種類があるな。
Okay, so maybe not quite like Clue.
斧やらナイフやら毒物やら。犯行現場のカードも渋いぞ。リビングやら書斎やら中庭やら。
Maybe sorta kinda, but I'm like, this seems like a kind of game that I'd like to play, and I'm sure it exists in real life.
つまりね、これらのカードが1枚ずつ抜かれるの。それが正解のカード。で、残ったカードはシャッフルしてみんなで当分。
The fact that the game has to do with murder, I wonder if that is going to be foreshadowing.
互いに手持ちのカードを質問し合って、抜かれた正解のカードが何かを探るわけ。
Oh, I see. So the cards nobody has are the true perpetrators.
それで答えが分かったら挙手。ゲームを終了して答えが正しいかを確認。正解なら勝ちで1ポイント。外れていればマイナス1ポイント。正解してもしなくてもゲーム終了だからカードは集めて仕切り直しってわけ。
やってみればわかるでございますわ。結構頭を使うでございますわよ。メモを取りながらじゃないと混乱しますです。
あとはやって覚えるさ。で、ミオン。今回の罰ゲームは何だ？
Everyone directed their attention to Mion.
そうだね。じゃあ昨日の疲れも多少あるだろうから今日はソフトに。みんなからお使いを頼まれてそれを買いに走るってわけ。
つまりジュースとかお菓子とかを買いに行かされるんだね。
Okay, that seems pretty innocent and not bad.
今日の罰ゲームは簡単そうな気がしますです。
Rika's gonna be the one to like, let's up the ante a little bit, and then it's gonna get real dark. I wonder, is it really?
やはりケイチさんもそう思いますですの？
ああ、何を買いに行かされるかわからないからな。
I'm betting Mion would send out whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or happy family planning manual or other crazy stuff. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. The real perpetrator, the correct weapon, and the scene of the murder have been taken out, so that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards.
じゃあ1番は部長の私から行くよ。ミオン、ナイフ、書斎。
You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask the other players. If you have any of those cards, you must say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have.
あ、俺持ってるぜ。
レナもあるよ。僕も持ってますです。あら、完全な同志ですわね。
Three people answered when she asked if they had Mion, Knife, and Study. So that means that Mion and Knife and Study are all out in the clear. Gotta jot that down.
じゃあレナはね、レナ、オノ、ラウンジだよ。
Only 2 people said they had one. So it means out of Rena, Axe, and Lounge, one of them is correct and is part of the crime? No, wait, even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. It's possible either Sadako or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards.
じゃあ次はケイちゃんだね。 どうぞ。
Yeah, I think I'd enjoy playing this game.
待ってくれよ。まだ整理中。
The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's gonna be tough.
よっしゃ、犯人確定。
何？もう？
Here I am spinning around in circles, and Mion just now raises her hand.
犯人はリカちゃん。凶器は毒物で、犯行現場は医務室。どう？
Mion drew the cards on the box, and we checked to see if her deduction was right.
正解だね。
She's marked them somehow.
あと一手だったですのに。毒物かピストルかわからなかったでございます。ピストルなんか使わないです。
Okay, Rika, that's concerning. She's like, I like to be. Oh my god.
じわりがいいのです。
I was waiting for her to say, like, I like to do it up close and personal, but damn. Rika-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rena and I were left out in the cold, though.
ケイチ君はどうだったかな。レナは全然。
安心しろ。俺もさっぱりだ。
二人とも何自信ないこと言ってんだか。二人仲良くビリになっちゃうよ。
That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple. I don't want to be alone with Rena, please. I still think she's the one who's gonna snap. What if we ended up having to buy the Happy Family Planning Manual?
ケイチはこのゲーム苦手そうな顔してますです。
なっ！全然そんなことはないぞ。次でシャーロック前原の実力を見せてやる。
あら、それはいいですわね。徹底的に叩きのめして差し上げますわ。
After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game, but I was still always a step or two behind. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win at the game. Eureka!
あ、ごめん。ちょっとトイレ行ってくるな。
ゆっくりブリブリしておいで。
Oh my god, Mion. So ladylike.
兄ちゃん、それ下品。
I had them hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rena had made her way over towards me. Uh-oh. Happy music for now.
ひょっとしてレナのこと呼んだ？
ああ、読んだ。
As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rena. I'm glad it worked out.
時間の無駄なので担当直入に行く。レナ、お前の今日のゲームの過去の戦績は？
She was taken aback. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth.
全敗だよ。
So he's like, I just need to beat Rena.
どうしてそんなこと聞くんだろう。
I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing.
このままでいくと俺もそうなる。今日のゲームは大逆転の秘策が思いつかない。
じゃあ今日の罰ゲームはケイチ君と一緒なのかな。
おいおい、早くも負けを受け入れるなよ。勝ちに行こうぜ。俺たちで。
でもどうやって？
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, just the close-up faces once again. Makes me nervous. I brought my lips up to Rena's ear. Whisper, 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 whisper.
そんなのありなのかな。
忘れたのかレナ。快速第2条だぞ。勝つために全ての努力をしよう。
頑張るよ。
Our plan of attack was a quite rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much information would mean we need to investigate less.
この作戦なら他の連中よりも確実なリードを持って開始できる。
これなら今度こそ勝てそうだよ。
They gotta know the fact that Rena is out here with me. We're planning something. We both smirked at each other. They're gonna have some sort of backup plan to take care of us. If I was the shady businessman, then Rena was the corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you.
じゃあ早速戻ろうよ。二人で組んでみんなをあっと言わせちゃおう。
おいおい、二人で一緒に戻っちゃ意味ないだろう。いかにも打ち合わせしてきましたって感じだぞ。
あ、ごめん。じゃあどうしよう。
レナは先に戻れ。俺は洗面所で顔でも洗って。
わかったね。
Rena turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a little bit longer before going back. If I went too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of them suspected something, then there could be problems. Well, they figured out sooner or later because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Both Rena and I will have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realized what was happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Uh-oh.
ちょっといいですか？
It's the teacher. Man, things were just getting good.
何ですか？今ちょっと大事な。
前原くんにお客さんがいらしてますよ。
Oh?
昇降口へ行ってください。
Uh-oh.
お客さん？俺別にお店なんか開いてないし。
待たせていますよ。早く行ってきなさい。
Okay, right before my big match was pretty bad timing to have a visitor, but the very fact someone was here to see me was strange enough to pique my interest. I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened, and his jacket tucked underneath his arm.
前原さんですか？前原圭一さん。
There was no question he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that this was without a doubt the first time he'd met me. Ever since I met Tomatake-san, it seemed I was fated to meet middle-aged men.
そうですよ。どちら様ですか？
私の車エアコンが効いてますから。
Yeah, let's just get in the car with this, like, strange man. Okay.
ここ暑くありません？
Oh my god, why are you doing this? The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. You've got to be kidding me. I had no intention of going along with some geezer I didn't even know. He was asking me to get in his car with him? Thank you for showing some, like, common sense. But you're gonna do it anyway, aren't you?
だって悔やしません。どうぞどうぞ。
No, I'm every fiber of me is screaming, no! He opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this is about. Damn it, Keiichi! Even while knowing the conversations that start out like this have never led to anything good. Oh, and he's in the back seat? Ugh. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least.
冷えすぎだったら言ってくださいよ。私ガンガンに冷やしちゃうたちですから。
で、俺に何の用ですか？
In fact, there's no music. Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me, and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. What is it? What is it? On it was the face of a pretty goofy-looking guy.
この男性のことでご存知のことがあったら教えてください。
Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize who he was from this expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at the DMV.
シャツにマジックで落書きがありましたね。
Oh no! Tomitake, didn't I say I thought he was going to be the one to go?
前原さんをはじめクラスメート何人か
Oh
の
no.
署名入りでした。
え？
Shit.
これ富武さん？
There was no hint of his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face.
ではこちらの女性はわかりますか？
Even before seeing it, I had a good idea of who it was.
名前は知りませんけど、
Oh,
ゆう
dang.
べ富武さんと一緒にいた女の人です。
I didn't know what her name was, but I did know she was a resident of Hinamizawa.
この二人に最後に会ったのはいつですか？
綿流しのお祭りの晩、一緒に話をしました。二人とも仲良さそうでしたよ。
何か気になったこととかありませんか？
Yes, she bothered me quite a bit.
何でも結構です。話してください。
Being asked for every little detail is very troubling, honestly. I had a pretty good idea of who this guy was by now.
富武さんたちに何かあったんですか？
There was no response to my inquiry, so that means they're probably going to bring in Mion and Rena and all of them to question them as well. Thus, I replied to that silence in kind. I was pretty sure, no, certain, that this guy was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomitake-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there be plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke again.
前原さんはまだこちらに越されてきたばかりですよね。ご存知ですかな？例のお社様。
Here we go. Here we go. My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. It probably showed on my face.
全く知らない？知らないんなら結構なんですがね。
まあ、聞いたことくらいは富武さんに教えてもらったんですけど。
どの辺までご存知ですか？
The dismemberment killing, the accidental death, the death by illness followed by suicide, and the lady who was beaten to death. The incidences that always happen the day of the Watanagashi ending in suspicious deaths. I didn't think Tomitake-san would have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. Once again, though, you've known this guy for like a couple of days. No, rather, I didn't want to think there was anything more than that.
前原さんはそのタタリとかを信じていますか？率直なところで結構です。
Ooh.
信じてません。
My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it as I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. That was the more prominent feeling.
本当に？ならよかったです。やっぱり前原さんは都会育ちですね。
信じてなかったら何なんですか？俺、仲間を待たせてるんで、あまり時間取れないんですけど。
その写真の男性は昨晩
Yep.
お亡くなりになりました。
Knew it. As soon as that whole thing, they were going on about how they would see Tomitake again, I was like, this guy's dead. My mind went blank. What happened to Tomitake-san?
よりにもよってね。つまり
Oh, sorry.
綿流し
Didn't mean to
の
skip.
当日。前原さんにはどういう意味があるのかわかりますよね。
意味って、意味なんか。
Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem was that he died on the day of the Watanagashi. Meaning, this year, the curse of Oyashiro-sama had once again...
富武二郎さんがお亡くなりになられたことはまだ内緒です。どうしてかはなんとなくお分かりになりますよね。
I didn't want to understand why.
教えてください。一体、何があったんですか？
得意なんですよ。ひなみ沢の方にはちょっと刺激の強い。
Oh, that's why they're talking to me, is because I'm a city person, so I know about, like, crime. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn of something I shouldn't. Or at least that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest.
第一発見は祭りの警備を終えて期間中のうちのワゴンでした。時刻は24時5分前。
Oh, was this the radio call from the tips in the last episode?
場所は町へ出る道路がちょうど舗装道路に変わるところありますよね。坂を下り切ったあたりにあそこの路肩でした。
There were few street lights on that road. Its pitch black darkness was only broken by the lights of passing cars and the moon. It was a stroke of luck that Tomitake-san was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tomitake-san was face down, covered in blood. Oh, he almost made it out. Although I can't remember, does it make a difference do you have to be in the town in order to suffer from the curse, or can it just be somebody who was in the city or in the town at the time of the festival? Blood and muck cover the asphalt.
みんな初めはひき逃げされたものだと思っていました。ですが、意識を確かめるために近づいた警官はすぐに異常に気づきました。喉がね、引き裂かれていたんですよ。
I hope they don't show a picture. I don't do well with with really graphic stuff.
ナイフとか？
爪でした。
Nails. Oh, nails? As in fingernails? You mean his neck was clawed through?
検視の結果、それも
Oh, his
自
own.
分の爪で。
Oh, dang. I thought maybe it was gonna be like a woman because they would have longer nails.
え？それってどういうことですか？
Okay, I can see why you guys said when it started to get intense, the music, you wanted the music from the old one, because it's getting to me, not gonna lie. Basically, it means it wasn't a murder, it was suicide. Tomitake-san, whatever was going through his mind, tore open his own throat, as hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through the skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tomitake-san didn't stop. He continued clawing, with enough intensity that it could have peeled off his nails, still clawing. Still clawing. I was hoping because we were playing a game, it was at least gonna be nice for a little bit. But no, it started off pretty soon into this episode. Then, as his nails... As his nails reached to the vital arteries you should never damage, he continued clawing. Splurt. Blood splattered on the ground around him. As he bled, while gasping for breath, he collapsed, his body spasmed, and he died in agony.
薬物を疑いましたが、そういう類のものは検出できませんでした。
But this, it was a suicide? I've never heard of such a thing. This unnatural way of dying. This wasn't a mysterious death, then what was it? Then what was? The way he died, in these 5 years, his death most resembled that of a curse. As if to show both myself and Tomitake-san, who proclaimed there was no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong.
他にもいくつか不審な点があります。体内分泌物、発汗、脱毛等から富武さんはお亡くなりになる直前、極度の興奮状態だったようなのです。
That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind when clawing out their throat.
手の傷と付近に落ちていた角材が一致しました。周囲の木やガードレールに叩いた後、周囲に散乱する富武さんの血痕、つまりですね。
Meaning that while tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber.
体からは本人によらない外傷がいくつか発見されました。富武さんは何者かに暴行を受けた可能性があるということです。外傷の部位から見て複数犯の可能性
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is like a real-life version of Deception. We know who the victim is, but we gotta find out who the murderers are. There had to be some foreshadowing the fact we were playing a game about murder. To summarize, Tomitake-san was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night roads in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried fighting back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing at his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died.
死亡推定時刻は21時から23時頃のようです。つまりお祭りで前原さんが富武さんとお話しして、
Great. I wonder if now, I'm somehow cursed too. Everyone signed Tomitake-san's shirt, then parted ways. Right after that. Oh yeah, he should have been with a woman. What about her?
行方不明です。出勤もしていませんし、昨べは自宅にも帰っていません。事件に巻き込まれた可能性が極めて高いようです。
For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happening to somebody close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I'd spent with Tomitake-san was short. But we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us.
我々もあらゆる面から捜査を進めますが、村人たちはお社様のたたりの話になると、とにかく口が重くなる。
Now, I'm wondering if this god is gonna see me as like a, betrayer for talking to this guy about it. That I knew well. I would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitake-san, the outsider, telling me.
だから俺なんですか？
Or maybe it targets people who are like outside of the town. They're seen as outsiders.
俺がひなみ沢の人間じゃないから。
I should have been angry that was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me.
このままでは、富武次郎さんはお社様のたたりで死んだことになってしまいます。
He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance.
綿流しの晩、神聖な儀式の時、無神経にカメラをバシャバシャやってたものだから、
Okay.
お社様の怒りに触れた。
I mean, that's a reasonable,
そういう話になってしまうんですよ。
reasonable conclusion, I guess.
富武さんにお社様の罰が当たるわけがない。
Tomitake-san had to have been killed by humans, and a cowardly group no less. There's no way I'm gonna let this end up being the fault of some curse.
私もそう思います。罰もたたりもあるわけがない。
The tense mood was cut with the man's hearty laugh.
つまり、そういうことですよ、前原さん。たたりを信じていないひなみ沢の方の協力が不可欠なのです。わかりますね？
Neither Tomitake-san nor I believed in curses. But with the way things were going, it would just end up with Tomitake-san's death marking the 5th year. Which would mean Hinamizawa had rejected Tomitake-san. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitake-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizawa, but he came every single year. In a sense, he was more of a resident than I was. There was no way that Tomitake-san could have been cursed by Oyashiro-sama.
でも俺に協力できることなんか何もないですよ。あの晩のことは何も知らないし。
いえいえ、何か気になるものを見たり聞いたりしたら教えてくださればいいんです。
If I see or hear, he was talking in the future tense.
物でも人でも噂でも何でも結構です。
I wonder if by cooperating, I'm gonna incur that wrath of the curse myself.
確かなもので構いませんから。これ、私の電話番号です。不在でしたら出たものに伝言してくだされば結構です。
He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mired knee-deep in this matter.
富武さんの無念を晴らすためにどうかご協力をお願いしたいのです。
That's right. Why was I hesitating? It's because he knows. He knows what kind of game he's in. I needed to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched up the piece of paper as a satisfied grin spread across his face.
今日ここでした話はすべて内緒です。絶対に他言無用でお願いします。
わかりました。
お友達にも内緒です。特に園崎さんや古出さんには絶対に知られないようにしてください。
Maybe he thinks they've got something to do with it.
園崎ってミオンのことか？なんでだよ。事件に関係あるっていうのかよ。
Wait, who's the second one? Isn't that Rena? Yeah, why would he just talk about Mion and not the other person? With my friend's names brought up... No, Rena Ryugi. So I'm like, who's the other person? The last name started with F? With my friends' names brought up so abruptly, and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry.
捜査上の都合ということなんです。
煙に巻くなよ。ミオンは俺の大切な仲間だぞ。
I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended.
言ってもいいですが、
Uh-oh.
気を悪くしないでください。
Oh, man.
言えよ。
He hesitated a little. Turning his gaze to the outside of the car, he began to speak after thinking for a bit.
ひなみ沢で起こった一連の事件は
Oh
村ぐ
no.
るみで引き起こされている可能性がある。
What, Mion's like the leader of this?
そんなことあるわけないじゃないか。
Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that?
証拠はありません。しかも過去の事件はここに解決し、いずれの犯人も村とは直接関係ありませんでしたしね。
じゃあどう考えたらそんな考えに至るんだよ。
毎年綿流しの日に村の旧敵が死ぬ。それだけで十分に疑えると思いませんか？
So I just have to make myself not be an enemy of the village, but I feel by going behind their backs and trying to solve the murder, I will become an enemy once they find out. Only the residents of Hinamizawa felt that the day of the Watanagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to Hinamizawa?
そして次にダムを誘致した村人。そして次にダムを誘致した村人。村の旧敵は次々に開始しました。家庭はともかく結果はそうなのです。
Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it couldn't just be shrugged off.
じゃあ次に死んだ神主やその次に死んだ主婦はどうです？別に村の敵だったわけじゃない。
神主はダム騒動当時リーダーシップを期待されながらも積極的な働きがなかったため、
反感があったにしたって別に村に害を与えたわけじゃないだろう。その次の主婦なんかどうだよ。誘致した男の弟夫婦だったってだけの理由だろう。もっと殺される理由が薄いじゃないか。そして富武さんに至ってはどうだよ。ダム工事とは関係すらないじゃないか。ただよそ者だってだけの理由だぞ。
In the beginning, it fell on those related to the dam project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold of the victims had become much lower. Now that I think about it, Rena also said that she just moved in recently, so I wonder if she would still be considered an outsider, although she seems to have integrated herself pretty well. So I'm wondering if this is like a... if the game is saying something about small towns and how they can be tight-knit, but that can also be kind of a negative thing because they can be a little bit inclusive? Or exclusive. Yes, exclusive. Inclusive means that you know, include everyone.
それがね、怖いんですよ。徐々に希薄になっていくのが。
何がだよ。
So maybe it's a, I'm wondering if this whole thing is some sort of commentary on, like, the hive mind of groups.
つまり村の敵でなく、
Uh-oh, that's
よ
me.
そ者だというだけの理由で犠牲になりつつあるんですよ。
That me.
じゃあ
Great.
来年の被害者は村のよそ者から選ばれるっていうのか。
And potentially Rena.
あるいは引っ越してきたばかりの人かもしれません。
Or it could be me, could be my parents.
それってどういう。
I swallowed my words. Here in Hinamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. Then the next victims, my family. Was he saying it was gonna be me?
でもそれとミオンとどう関係があるんだよ。
Oh no, is that the whole reason that she, like, kind of saddled up to me in the first place, was to get me close so she could do something to
詳し
me?
くは申し上げられませんが、
Oh, dang.
園崎さん一家は
Maybe she's
ダ
not...
ム騒動時の抵抗運動の
Oh
旗頭
boy.
だったんです。
I had a feeling one of them had something to do with, like, they were related to people who had to do with this whole, like, dam thing. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say something and it slipped my mind. Man, oh man.
それも過激なね。例えば園崎美音さんについても同様です。
I remember what I was gonna say. Maybe she's gonna get kind of... She's gotta know that I'm, like, going around asking questions about the murder. And she's probably not too happy about it.
抵抗運動時、いくつかの軽犯罪と
Oh, wow.
公務執行妨害で補導歴があります。
I knew Mion had fought. This was the first I'd heard of her family leading the protest, though. Then, well, what did it all mean?
ミオンの一家が 一連の事件に関係しているとでも言うのかよ。
Man, oh man, all this time I was thinking Rena was gonna be the one to worry about, but
そうまでは言いません。もしもそうだったら一番確率が高い、それだけのことなんです。
not a very clear explanation. It felt like he'd magnificently avoided the details I really wanted to know.
誰が一体どれだけ関わっているのか全くわかりません。だからこそ村人に口外してほしくないのです。
Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. It seemed that he understood it well enough.
じゃあこう考えましょう。たたりを盲信する村人の皆さんに心配させたくないから内緒。そういうことでどうです？
What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reasoning behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. The perpetrator was here. It had nothing to do with a curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. You keep saying he. How do you know it's a dude? And none of the villagers should have anything to do with that process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse to just worry needlessly.
みんなが俺に心配させないために内緒にしてくれたように。
Or they were keeping it from you because you're going to be the next victim and they just didn't want to, lead you on and, let you realize that.
今度は俺がみんなに心配させないために内緒にする番ってことなのか。
I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, everyone else had been worrying over these mysterious incidents yearly, and the incident this time probably means a lot more to them. I didn't want to burden them anymore. In the end, everything went as the man had wanted, as insipid as it was, but it couldn't be helped.
わかりました。俺だけの秘密にします。それでいいですよね。名前。
沖宮署の大石です。なんならクラちゃんでもいいですよ。
あ、いや、大石さんでいいです。
The way he said it was unpleasant, yet retained hints of politeness. He was the spitting image of a vulgar police officer. Though I'd never seen one this bulky before in the cop shows I watch.
時間を取らせすぎました。お友達を待たせていますよね。
Great, how am I going to explain this while I've been gone for 20 minutes?
もう戻った方がいいでしょう。
And just like that, I just have to act like nothing happened. The door opened with a click, and streamed in the oppressive heat. It was blistering outside the car. Was it really this hot of a day? It was an almost cruel heat, as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad as the thought crossed my mind.
お友達を疑えと言ったわけではありませんからね。誤解しないでくださいよ。
I refrained from telling him it was too late to say something that self-serving.
前原さんが何も見つけず聞きもしなかったとしてもそれで十分なのです。それは村が関わっていないという証拠になるのですから。
見たり聞いたりしたら連絡しますけど、俺は探偵じゃないですからね。変な期待しないでくださいよ。
しませんしません。探偵になんかならなくていいですよ。今までのように自然に生活してください。
Easier said than done.
その中で見聞きしたことを教えてくだされば結構なんです。
I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow.
またお会いしましょう。さようなら前原君。
I returned to the school building without looking back. I don't know how much time had passed. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now there was a lot on my mind. Tomitake-san's death was hard enough as it was, but to think that there was a possibility of a village conspiracy? Worse still, there was also a chance Mion was involved? Nonsense. Impossible. Not Mion, Rena, Sadako, or Rika-chan. It was a group that attacked Tomitake-san? Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be they were hiding here, somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain was that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator.
みーちゃんだよ犯人は。
Oh, good timing. Huh? I was startled to hear Rena's voice. Oh,
狂気はロープで
back to the
観
happy
光現場
music.
は
But for how long?
ラウンジ
あははははっつれー
Rena clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you've just self-destructed over here. Wow.
ケイチさん遅かったですわね。プンプンでございますのことよ。
ごめんごめん。ちょっと先生に職員室呼ばれてさ。
素行が悪くて怒られましたですか？かわいそかわいそです。
こっちも白熱してたしね。もういい時間だから次で最後のゲームにしよ
俺の今の持ち点って確か0点だろ。ビリ確定じゃないのかよ。
Well, no, not necessarily, because doesn't Rena have negative points?
大丈夫だよケイチくん。レナ。
Yeah, there we go.
マイナス1点
That was his strategy all along, is just go away for a while, let someone be negative, and then you just don't have to do anything, and you automatically don't lose. The heck? Her score is lower than mine, and I wasn't even playing.
う。罰ゲームはレナが一人でかケイちゃんと二人でかを決める最終戦。
I said I just don't have to answer anything, or do I lose a point if I don't get
冗
one?
談じゃねえぞ。罰ゲームはレナ一人でやってくれ。
ケイチくんと2人で勝とうって約束したのにずっと待ってたんだよ。
It could still be Rena who who does the bad thing, because I betrayed her.
そりゃ俺が悪いな。
It was a swerve making us think that Mion was the person to watch out for. I followed my initial plan of showing Rena my cards, but I didn't say who was the criminal and just waited for her to call.
わかったよ。犯人は私。凶器は毒物で犯行現場は玄関ホール。どうかな
おおレナ回答早いじゃん。また当てずっぽうじゃないの？
レナの正解ですよ。
Oh, so she's back up to 0 points, so I think it's gonna be the two of us losing.
じゃあこれでケイチさんも罰ゲーム決定ですわね。やったー。ケイチくん一緒に頑張ろうね。
一緒に頑張ろうな。
It's my fault, so I have no choice.
ではゲームセット。トップは私園崎美音。ビリは前原圭一と龍宮レナ。
Everyone applauded and the game ended. The problem now was the penalty.
じゃあ使いっ走りの系のを買ってくるものはトップの私が決めようかね。
何を買いに行かされるんだろう。太郎。
薬局は禁じ手にしような。どうしたろう。
は？薬屋なんかに用ないよ。おじさんが買ってほしいものはねこのメモに書いてあるから。
わあ、いっぱい書いてあるよ。
A lot? Damn it, what is she making us buy?
豆腐2丁、シャンプーとリンス、みりんに油揚げ。なんだこりゃ。
罰ゲームっていうよりお買い物に見えるでございますわね。今日のミーは勝つ気満々でしたです。
快速第7条罰ゲームの内容に逆らわない。はいお金。シャンプーはうち果物物語だからねよろしく。
これお前が頼まれたお使いだろ。
I promised myself that if I won next time, I'd make her go buy hemorrhoid cream. Ending on that happy music after learning Tomitake died. Man, oh man, that escalated quickly though. Alright, now we've got a couple of new tips.
ええ、直接死因が自殺ってのは分かってますよ。
分かっとるわい。人為的にこういう症状が起こせんかと言っとるんだろ。
背中が痒くてかきすぎて血が出ちゃうのとはちょっとわけが違いますからね。
Some of Tomitake's fingernails had been pulled out. Fingernails actually rip off surprisingly easily, but it really hurts. Under normal circumstances, the pain would prevent you from completely pulling them out. Also, there were a lot of bruises on Tomitake's body. It's clear from the shape of them he was assaulted first by someone, or a group of people.
分泌物から見て、仏は極度の興奮状態にあったのは間違いないの。
He shouldn't be smiling while he's being told this information. That's kind of weird.
では乱闘になって興奮のあまり自分の喉を引っかき出したってことですか。襲った連中さぞや度肝を抜かれたでしょうな。
It is possible that in such an abnormal environment, a person could perform acts that a sane individual couldn't possibly imagine. Of course, those are very rare cases.
実はな、大石。仏が武器にしたらしい角材な。砂粒とかガードレールの塗装片とかそんなのしか出んかったぞい。
星の服の繊維とか皮膚片とかは
出んかった。仏は犯人を殴っとらん。あるいは殴った角材を星が持ち去ったのかもしれんの。
ならわざわざ角材なんて置いていきませんよ。全部持ってっちゃいます。
それもそうじゃの。
富武氏は結構体格もいいし肌も焼けてるしスポーツマンですよね。
そうだな。よく運動しとるようだの。
I can't imagine what kind of sports he did when he was alive, but I think his physical strength would be on the higher side, meaning he would be difficult to overpower in a brawl. If a man with such a physique sensed he was in danger and swung the plank around frantically, it's just unthinkable it wouldn't even nick the perpetrator. And his opponent was unarmed, unless it was a bunch of little girls that were faster than him. This guy had a wooden plank, so you'd think he'd hit them at least once.
こんだけ体格のいい相手を取り囲んで襲おうとしたら何人くらいいりますかね。
アホ、それは大石の方が得意だろうが。アクタレ時代を思い出さんかい。
If it was to take down this guy, how many would I need? When a group wants to take down big prey, it's fundamental to attack with numbers. I'd guess about 4. Well, ain't that convenient, and how many people are in our group other than Keiichi? Even if there was a gap in their strength, they'd manage.
だとすると、結構犯人は大人数だの。祭りで泥酔した4人以上のグループが怪しいとなるかの。
A group of 4 or more. Just, if they had that many, they couldn't have hidden the body in a less obvious location? Or did he somehow break away from that fatal predicament? Then there would be no reason to commit suicide. Moreover, I still can't comprehend the irregular way he died. It's full of mysteries.
こっちもそこは重視しとる。徹底的に調べるつもりだが、あまり期待できんな。何しろ、過去にこんな例はないんだからな。
期待はしませんよ。ですが結果を楽しみにしてます。
おいさん、課長が呼んでるっす。
すみません。ではまた来年お会いしましょう。
おお、いいお年をの。
Jiro Tomatake, deceased. Resided in a cheap hotel in Shishibone City. Registered under the name Jiro Tomatake. Pen name. Travels via folding bike. No license. The bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of a forest path. Present on the day of the festival. Accompanied by the missing Mio Takano. Was seen around 9 p.m. by police. Location afterwards unknown. Held residence in Hinamizawa for 1 week each season for the last 5-6 years. Freelance photographer specializing in wild birds. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of the deceased. Wallet was among the articles of the deceased. Mere act of violence? From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba. Along the Sobu National Railway line? No individual matching the name Jiro Tomatake in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Compare teeth to dental records. Send to Metro Police. Attach a photo. Send to Metro Police. Contact magazines regarding Jiro Tomatake. Mio Takano, missing. Nurse at Erie Clinic. Became close to Tomatake through her passion for wild bird photography. Resides in Okinomiya, District XXX. Single. Witnessed accompanying Tomatake on the festival grounds. Currently missing. Abducted? Or maybe a suspect? An important person of interest. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Squabble from jealousy? Need to thoroughly investigate their relationship. Place of work, etc. Need to get information from the police on scene again. I want some cream puffs. 4 jumbo ones. Oishi. Sleepy.
ケイチくんでっかいあくび。
I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but doesn't look like I can do it today.
ゆうべ遅くまでテレビ見てたら眠くて眠くて。
ケイちゃんが喜びそうな番組なんかやってたっけ？
不潔千番でございますわ。
ちょっと待て、勝手に想像して決めつけるんじゃねえ。
男の子なら当然です。恥ずかしくないですよ。
Thank you, Rika, voice of reason, even though it's coming from like a 6-year-old. Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse.
ちょっとこの昼休みは爆睡させてくれ。いやほんとマジで。
あら、私が黙って見過ごすとお思いで。
邪魔したら怒る。すごい怒る。はあはあ。
This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. Did they put something in one of my drinks? I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. It seemed that Sadako had responded, but I pretended not to hear.
さとこちゃんやめなよ。ケイチくん寝ちゃった。寝顔かいい。
後でお持ち帰りしていいから。そっとしときな。
向こうへ移動しましょうです。ケイチにうるさいと悪いですよ。
You're being very nice right now, but I'm just like, I still don't know what's gonna happen. Rika-chan really is a good girl.
先生が来ても起こさないであげましょうです。
I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Uishi-san that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Just spending the day like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomatake-san didn't happen at all. It made me think, was Uishi-san just trying to deceive me? But it was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended with me again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I'd never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this.
それっていつから？
Uh-oh.
もう次の日にはいなかったって。
Okay, here we go.
綿流しの晩に失踪したらしいよ。
Mion whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rena's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san?
さん、けなの？
わかんない。私の知る限りではね。
I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit here and pretend I was asleep to listen on their discussion. Friends' conversation. The guilt stung.
で、他にもいるんでしょ？か。
彼女がたたりにあったのか、鬼隠しにあったのかはわかんないけどね。
Onikakushi? Onikakushi. To be hidden away by a demon? What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good.
いや、何せよ。もう一人いるんだよね。だよね。
お社様なら、ね。
でも、今年は、出ないよ。
バッチャと村長さんが話してたんだけどさ、今年は、事前に警察と話がつけてあるらしいんだよ。何が起こっても、騒ぎにしないで穏便に片付けるって。
Okay.
じゃあ、レナたちが知らないだけで、どこかで誰かが、かもしれない。
かもね。
次は。
Oh yeah, she's saying it could be her because she's technically not a well, she's a resident now, but she's a recent resident, so she's maybe considered an outsider.
安心しなよ。レナはちゃんと帰ってきたよ。
でも、ダメだったんでしょ？
昔の話だよ。もうやめよう、この話。
Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term onikakushi, to be demoned away. By the context it was used in, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. I suspect that's what it meant because Tomitake-san and that woman, it really bugged me that I don't know her name, vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rena said, "There's another one, right?" Mion also said, "If it's Oyashiro-sama's," yeah, responding to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of Onikakushi. Okay, I feel like now that I'm saying Onikakushi, that's the name of this chapter. I mixed up Onikakushi with Watanagashi. I thought that Onikakushi was the name of the festival, but it's Watanagashi. I'm just like, oh, I'm such an idiot. How many times have I been saying that? It seems the curse and being demoned away are different things, and they were phenomenon that were paired together. I recall Tomitake-san's terrible end. It wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would be best described as cursed. Then, the woman with him, it means she vanished because she was demoned away? What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oh! So maybe she did more than just, you know, be a new resident. Maybe she's actually done something that might make him upset. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a garden deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday Uishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. But if that was the case, then I would think that I'd be the more likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena. From her composure, I can infer she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay what I just heard now to Uishi-san. Dude, I think that's a bad idea. You're gonna incur the wrath of the god. Informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep. It made me feel terrible. Yeah, something bad's gonna happen to Keiichi. Feel like he's getting into some stuff he shouldn't be getting into. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I think so. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. And back to the happy music, just like that. In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of afternoon classes. I couldn't sleep at all. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. Oh, doof! That made me jump! There was a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Guilty without trial. And back to this just like all fun. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat. And I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together.
やるじゃねえか、サトコ！俺が寝ている間に気配を消してこれだけの上等をやってくれるんだよ。
The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Satoko.
先生が来ましたよ、ケイチさん。着席遊ばせ。
Clomp clomp, wish, whiff. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead.
ケイチさんがいじめた。
ほら、前原くん、下級生をいじめてはいけません。謝りなさい。
I saw Satoko stick her tongue out at me. That little brat.
ほら、前原くん。
へいへい、謝りますよ。サトコさん、ごめんなさい。
In any case, I apologize, even if it was a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her, I'll remember this.
ケイちゃん、その恨みは部活でね。着席。
I sat down after Mion told me to. She'd switched to class representative mode. It really is flicking between, like, the usual tone of the game, and then all of a sudden it just gets really dark. With the boring classes finished, school was finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I'd like to play that deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play it last time because of Oishi-san. Rena and I weren't even able to test out our strategy.
そうだね。今日こそケイチくんと二人で大勝利だよね。でもどうでしょうね。同じゲームを続けて2日やった試しはありませんし。ミーにお願いしてみたらどうでしょうです。
Mion looked over her shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up.
いっけね。今日おじさんの手伝いの日だ。
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
悪いみんな、今日なし。
おじさんの手伝い？柄にもなく高校なやつだな。
悪い。ほんとすっかり忘れてた。じゃあごめんねみんな。今日はおじさんこれで帰るわ。
Mion left us with that and rushed off the exit after snatching up her bag.
みーちゃんね、たまに街にあるおじさんのお店の手伝いに行くのね。
Okay, fine. I guess I will choose to believe her this time. I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff.
バイト代が出ると言ってましたですわ。結構なお小遣いになるらしいですの。
Or she gets paid to, like, help dispose of bodies or something, or, like, clean up evidence from murder. I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there.
しかしそれはアルバイトというんじゃないのか？校則で禁止されてないか？
家事手伝いは除くと書いてありますです。
Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today?
じゃあ今日はこれで解散かな
別に部長不在でもいいだろ。やろうぜ部活。
I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games.
お、あったあった。昨日の推理ゲーム。ようやくコツが分かってきたところで中断しちゃったからな。
At the very least, I wanted to repay Sadako for what she did during the afternoon break.
私は構いませんけど、レナさんとリカはどういたします？ケイチ君がどうしてもって言うなら、ちょ
Wow.
っとだけいいかな。
Okay, geez, it's like, I feel like you're taking pity on me, Rena.
僕はみんなが揃っての方がいいなと思いますです。
When she says it like that,
部活がないなら僕はお買い物に行きたかったのです。お醤油とかを買いに行きますですよ。あ、そうでしたわね。すっかり忘れてましたわ。ならレナも久しぶりに宝探しに行こうかな。
what's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Oh well, I'll give up this time.
しゃあ、このゲーム楽しみにしていたのにな。
I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it.
またの機会に叩きのめして差し上げましたよ。
犯人はサトコ、凶器はピストル。やはり貴様の仕業だったか。
なんですって？じゃあ
Satoko looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me.
犯人はケイチ。凶器はロープで犯行現場はラウンジですわ。
ロープなんかいらねえ。このまま絞め殺してやら。
Okay, Keiichi, calm down.
いやー、ケイチさんの毛玉な。
Phew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system.
ケイチさん、覚えてらっしゃい。いっぱいいっぱいいたぶられましたですね。かわいそです。かいかい。
Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. Rena, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mion. Ooh, Satoshi. Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least every card besides this one had the name of a club member. Oh, the plot thickens. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in the class named Satoshi? I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi in the class roster stuck up on the wall.
ケイチ君、早く片付けよう。
Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Satoko and Rika-chan had already headed merrily for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave.
レナ、やっぱりこのクラスからも転校で出て行っちゃった生徒って結構いるんだろ？
I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Rena made a troubled face and then answered.
うん。ひなみ沢って田舎でしょ？転校していっちゃう人も時々いるよ。
じゃあ、このサトシってやつも転校してったのか？
ごめん。よく知らないの。
There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate.
その、意地悪で言ってるんじゃないの。
So everybody's in on it, like, don't talk about Satoshi.
ちょうど去年、
Or maybe she will.
レナが転校してきてか
Oh,
ら
okay.
入れ替わりだったかな。だからあんまりお話ししたことないの。
He was the last one who was, like, sacrificed to the god. And nobody speaks of him now.
ごめんね。
Interesting. I'm not sure, sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Though I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment I wondered just what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance.
ケイチくん、怖い顔してる。なんでだろう、なんでだろう。
It was probably exactly the kind of face Rena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her.
あ、ごめん。今日の部活楽しみにしてたからさ。残念だっただけだよ。
I wrestled Rena's hair.
帰ろうぜ。
Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry.
ケイチくん、疲れてるのかな？かな？
Rena timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made the situation even more unsettling.
そうか？
うん。今朝からケイチくん、なんだか元気ないよ。風邪かな？
Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. It may not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Rena continued on since I didn't give her an answer.
きっとケイチくん、引っ越しの疲れが今になってきたんだよ。前に住んでたところとは全然違うところだもん。いろいろ慣れたり覚えたり、疲れて当然だよ。
そうなのかな。
うん、絶対にそうだよ。レナも最初そうだったから。わかるんだよ。だよ。
I wondered if Rena also experienced a slight bit of alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt.
レナがひなみ沢に転校してきた時の話が聞きたいな。どんなだった？
Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened.
ケイチくんと同じだよ。人の名前も村の中も全然わかんなかった。みーちゃんとかが親切にしてくれたから全然寂しくなかったけど、やっぱり心細かったよ。
Rena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries and good times.
じゃあ、レナもサトコにやられたのかよ。
うん。椅子に座ろうとしたら画鋲が置いてあったの。どっさり。そしたらそれを懐かしいな。
ミオンの部活にはいつ頃誘われたんだ？早速初日にか？
ううん。最初は部活なんてなかったんだよ。途中からできたの。
Okay, so that is even weirder, the fact that this Satoshi name, why would it be on the card if there wasn't a club? You know, like, if the club was formed while Rena was there and Rena was like, sorry, I don't know who Satoshi is, maybe he was here, like, after or before I got here, then why would his name be on the card?
放課後にみんなで残ってゲーム大会をやろうって言い出して。
Maybe in honor of someone, but still.
そういえば、ミオン初代部長とか言ってたっけな。納得。
内緒だけどね、みーちゃん最初は弱かったんだよ。全然勝てなかった。
ミオンが？ちょっと想像つかないぞ。
自分で言い出した罰ゲーム、ほとんど自分でやってたんだよ。本当に内緒だからね。
I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that time. Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty. Once again, maybe
みーちゃん
foreshadowing.
以外ともちょっとずつお友達になれて。でも、ケイチくんが引っ越してきてからかな。ようやくここに馴染めたって自覚したのは。
I guess Rena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be considered one of them.
俺はいつになったら仲間だと認めてもらえるんだろうな。
なんて言ったの？
あ、いや、ごめん。独り言。
ケイチくん変なの。
Rena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke. Uh-oh.
なあ、レナ。
Here we go. It's got all serious now,
み
all
んなは俺
silent.
に嘘や隠し事なんかしてないよな。
してないよ、全然。
嘘だろ。
Oh boy. Rena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense. Oh boy.
どういう意味だろう。
Just that little flash there, you know?
ケイチくん。
Her tone was still the same cheery and lighthearted one as before.
してるよな。
Keiichi, man, you're pushing it. You're
俺
pushing
に
it.
隠し事を。
I understand why, but at the same time, I'm nervous for him if he goes too far with this. Oh, after understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. But she came back at me in a way I didn't expect. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh no! Okay, this is what you guys were talking about.
ケイ
Okay.
チくんこそレナたちに嘘や隠し事をしてないかな。
Don't like this. I knew the up close face was gonna come back in a freaky way. Oh. Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Rena. With how her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Rena. Oh boy.
して
Oh
ない
boy.
かな。嘘や隠し事してないかな。
You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitake-san, and how I felt alienated from the group. Even without having to think about it, there were things I knew I'd felt guilty about. But I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitake-san, to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. Then aren't we even?
してないよ。
No, Keiichi!
嘘も隠し事も。
嘘だよ。
Oh boy, her answer was instant and it shook me. Rena stared as if burrowing through me, watching me like a hawk.
どうして嘘だって。
ケイチくん、昨日の部活の時、先生に呼ばれて職員室に行ってたって言ったよね。レナは知ってるよ。ケイチくんは職員室になんか行かなかった。
I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened.
先生はお客さんが来たって言ったんだよね。でも、昇降口ではお話ししてなかった。校門のところの車の中で話をしてたよね。
Stalking me.
知らないおじさんと。
Oh man, she's gonna be like, you're the outsider, you're talking with strangers? Rena knew everything. She knew I was called out by Ushi-san, and that I heard about the incident with Tomitake-san as well. Did she know all of it?
誰？あのおじさん。
知らない人だよ。
Keiichi, man, you know she knows stuff, like you're making it
知ら
worse.
ない人がなんでケイチくんに用があるの？
俺が知りたいよ。
じゃあ何の話をしていたの？
みんなとは関係のない話だよ。
It was a lie. Oh. Whoa, whoa. Oh boy, guys. I'm nervous right now. Rena's scream echoed through the trees, sending frightened birds into the air. Shit, man. Oh, I'm so nervous. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here, I finally realized. The person in front of me, she wasn't Rena Ryugu. I don't know how to say her last name. Then who was it who was standing before me now? Oh, has she been taken over by the, Oishi-sama? I think that... No, not Oishi. Oh my god, I've already forgotten the name! The god, you guys know who I'm talking about. Who had assumed Rena Ryugu's appearance? I held my breath for so long I could feel myself suffocating. Shit, man! Shit, man! And then she made a facial expression that Rena normally might have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. It is chilling me to the bone. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Rena's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Then she smirked as if she were able to see right through me.
圭一君に内緒や隠し事があるように
It
レナたちにだってあるんだよ。
was Rena's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk's. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Rena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long empty silence, she finally spoke.
行こう。
Oh,
だいぶ涼しくなってきたよ。
it was Rena again. Smiling at me once more, she started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me and I slumped onto the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Rena was out of sight.
あれは誰だったんだよ。
I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and ask myself once again, who was that person? Who looked like Rena Ryugu? Oh, is that it? Is that the end of this chapter?